Hi everyone, this is Dr. Aishwarya. I'm a clinical lead lung transplant at Rela Hospital. I'm here to talk about organ donations to you today, as many of you have asked me after my post about organ donation. The reason why I even took that initiative is to show people the importance of organ donation in our country. Our country being one of the largest populated country in the world, our organ donation rates are so low compared to other parts of the world. In India, it's only 0.86 per million population is our donation rate, compared to US where it is 36 per million population, and in Spain it's almost about 40 per million population. Because of such low donation rates, the number of people on the waiting list in our country is about 3 lakh people for all organs, and in that literally 15 to 20 patients die each day because of low organ donations. The only way to change the situation in our country is to bring more awareness on organ donation, what organ donation is and how it's done, and how to become an organ donor. So let me tell you who becomes an organ donor. One who becomes brain dead is the person who can become an organ donor. Say someone meets with a road traffic accident where he or she has had a head injury, or a person has had a massive stroke. In such situation, this patient becomes brain dead. When I say brain dead, which means the patient's brain is completely inactive, where they're not going to resume back to normal, but the circulation is still there, which means the patient's organs are still functioning, the heart is still beating, but it's just that the patient has gone into a state of brain death where he is not going to come back to normal. In such situation, it makes no point in keeping this patient alive. So in such state, the doctor conducts a test called apnea test. So when they do this apnea test, it basically confirms if this patient is brain dead. And this test is not just done once, it's done twice. And there are a board of doctors who decides and confirms if this patient is brain dead. Once if this patient is confirmed to be a brain dead person, then the doctors can request the family and ask them if they are willing to make this patient a donor. So that's where the whole process of becoming an organ donor comes to play. Say if you're a registered organ donor, in that state, your family knows that you are willing to be an organ donor and you have registered yourself as an organ donor. So that becomes easy for the family also to make a decision, because it's a time of grief, it's a time of panic for the family, and when such things are asked to the family, at that point, it becomes very uncomfortable for the family and they are in no state to make the decision that if you can be a donor or not. So become an organ donor today and continue to save lives. Thank you.